welcome back to my channel. You are watching day 7 of our 13 days of Halloween series. If you're just joining in, I will leave links for the first 6 days at the top of the description so you can get caught up. Today we're going to use some chipboard stickers that came with one of my collection packs I showed earlier this week, and I'm going to be creating this very fun and festive wall hanging holiday decor. So stick with me and we'll make this together. For my project today, I'm working with the chipboard sticker set that came from Echo Park. This is the Trick or Treat collection. I did share a project earlier with this same paper collection, but now I'm working with the chipboard, and I thought it would be fun to pair these great retro images with some paper that did not come from the collection. So what I have is a sheet here from Hobby Lobby. I think it's Paper Source. Let's look on the back. Nothing on the back, but I think it's Paper Source. That is the open stack 12 by 12 single-sided pattern papers. And then I've also got a pattern here. This is from American Crafts. I picked this one up from Joann's. This is another single-sided paper, and it came from the open stack section as well. So I've got my two patterns here. I'm going to layer those up. I've cut the base for my wall hanging with my coved rectangle die from Cherryland Designs. This is a stitched edge, so it has a nice extra finished detail. Instead of using the largest one as I usually do, I pulled out the smaller size and then a layering piece. So this is just a little bit smaller than the base layer, and that will give me an area around the outside to act as a border. So for the base itself, I did cut 2 layers of 110-pound cardstock and adhered them together. It's going to be nice and sturdy. It'll still be light enough to hang easily, but it will hold its shape well. So I went ahead and I cut my pattern papers with those same dies. So now it will be very easy to assemble just by adding a little double-sided adhesive and stacking these up. If you like, you can go back and take a distress tool and ink up those edges so that you get a totally finished look on the edge. And then I've got the same for this side as well. This is going to be my background, and why I chose that this larger pattern is because it doesn't contrast very much, so I know that it's going to read as a neutral. So for my next layer up, I picked that chevron and I put that on the 110-pound cardstock again for extra stability. And then I put that up on my foam spacer so that I can start to build the dimension. So I'll just add this right to the center. Now I've got a die cut spider web. This is just cut from regular black cardstock, and I used a Cherryland Design die for this as well. I've seen many times in the craft section for the holiday time you can get these pre-cut. I think Recollections has a pack, and I know I've also seen them at Joann's. There isn't a whole lot of surface space to add glue, so I'm just kind of adding that hot glue to the center, and that will hold it securely. Then I'll depend on the next layers to really hold it in place around the edges. So what I've got is a little piece of scrap that was on my desk. I really love this bold stripe. Has a very graphic design, and I'm just adding this here to the bottom. I have layered this so that I could get a dovetail on each side, and then I position them so that the width would match the outside of my wall hanging. So I'm going to add that base layer again on top. This time I'm cutting that with a stitched edge oval die and put that on a spacer as well. So this is popped up too. We're getting lots of dimension from this little wall hanging. Then I cut frame with gold mirror cardstock. I'm sorry if that's too shiny on screen. And this is going to act as a frame. I cut it from the same oval die as the base layer, and then I used the next smallest die in the center to remove the middle part, and that left me with the frame shape. So that's a very nice finishing detail. Here comes my chipboard. So I really love this image of the retro children. It has a little sentiment on the side here as well, and it matches my colors in the background so perfectly. I really love it. I'm going to add more dimension with this, obviously, because it's chipboard, but I did pop it up on spacers again because I can just keep on building the depth here, and that will add a lot of detail and interest. So I'm just putting that on with my spacers. It's roughly in the middle, top to bottom, but closer to the right hand side because I need to bring in my flower arrangement. Now these are the flowers that I showed in yesterday's video, the small tutorial. If you didn't catch that, I will link it in the top of the description so you can go back and check out how I finished these flowers for Halloween. I added a flourish of leaves here with a glitter cardstock, more netting, a little bit of twine, and then I finished it off with that berry stem so it all coordinates really well. It will fit here perfectly. And then I can add this as one single piece right here to the bottom of the frame. I found this pattern on my desk as well, this little scrap of a banner shape that was cut from another larger piece that I have already used, so I thought I might as well bring that in as well. And this can go here. It will overlap that frame a little bit, and that just brings a little bit of that color and pattern closer to the top. I'm just going to stick that down with a little bit of hot glue because I forgot to add tape to the back. So here is going to be the hanger for this wall hanging, and what I want to do is just position this here and then glue it down. These cut ends will be hidden underneath the bows, so you just want to make sure you get them spaced pretty evenly. Then you can hot glue these down. Remember, these layers are pretty light, so you don't have to worry about this coming off. And one for this side as well. Before I add my bows, I do want to include a small spiderweb charm to go along with my die cut. I've got my bows here already set. This is from the same ribbon as the hanger in the back, and then I topped it with some additional twine bows. And of course I'm going to add jingle bells because it's a festive holiday wall hanging, and that kind of goes along with the gold in the leaves in the background. I think that works perfectly fine for Halloween, and it's a unexpected but fun and festive detail. So that is all for day 7 of our 13 days of Halloween series. Don't forget to come back tomorrow for day 8. If you enjoyed this project, make sure you give me a thumbs up and a like. If you're not already, I would love for you to subscribe. And as always, I'm wishing you a happy and productive day, and I thank you so much for watching. Bye.